Here, Nielsen, as we say, the champion. Michael Banninger was the third fastest qualifier. He's coached by Marty Aitken, who was Zeno Muller's coach in Switzerland. And so let's expect something, I think, from Banninger in this race. On the far side there, the silver medalist Tomasz Kakowski from the Czech Republic. But at the moment, it looks as if it is Carsten Nielsen who is in front, just there in these first few hundred metres. Carsten in front with Austria's Wolfgang Siegel in second place. Siegel, who of course was in the Austrian quad for the last 2 or 3 years, which have been dominant in that event.
Yes, in the lightweight quadruple sculls, these men, the maximum weight, 72.5 kilos. And indeed, it's Denmark now ahead of Austria, with Switzerland's Michael Banninger also very much on the premises. 25 years of age from Tawil, the club near Zurich. In fact, just about 10 minutes down the road. Competed in the Olympic Games. He was 11th in the 4.
Pepin Andrin, who's a very experienced sculler. He's been a medalist in the past, but he's done well to make this final. He's not been quite on form this year. But Carsten Nielsen certainly has been, and he leads them to the first 500-metre mark.
Yes, the winner of Lucerne, the leader of this race at the moment. He's spearheading the echelon, and there he is in picture now. 24 years of age.
This event that was dominated for so long by Peter Haining, the sculler from Great Britain. These scullers all waiting really for him to retire. He's done that now, and it's Carsten Nielsen who's taken up the mantle, and he is now leading the field.
On the far side, that's you can see the bow number 5. That's Wolfgang Siegel of Austria. In the Olympics, he was in the lightweight double sculls with his partner Walter Rantasser. There he is with the hat turned backwards. And then just beyond them, Kakowski from the Czech Republic. He's furthest away, 28 years of age, from Dukla Prague. Usually comes with a bit of a rattle. But at the moment, just turning round, just keeping an eye, just being aware of where everybody is.
Yeah, it's a very competitive event, this. Very high-class scullers. Move well, technically terrific. And, of course, with the weight exactly the same all the way through, the talent is really going to show in this event in lightweight sculling. The very best scullers here in the world.
Indeed, that's often why you get very close races, which I suppose, Dan, makes the victory of Sarah Garner in the preceding women's event all the more surprising, the margin of that victory.
Yes, that's true. But in fact, the sculling on the men's side is rather more competitive because there are a lot more men who are sculling at the moment in this class.
So Nielsen it is, with Banninger in second, Siegel of Austria third, and then Kakowski in fourth, and trailing at the moment Pepin Ardwin and Steve Tucker of the United States. They've got some work to do.
Banninger's putting a lot of pressure on Nielsen there. He's really sticking to him, and Carsten cannot get away. But it's still Nielsen in front for Denmark, and Banninger for Switzerland about a half a length down.
The way it's been now for the best part of 700 metres, and Nielsen just beginning to turn the screw a bit. He's just eked out a little bit more there, just winding it up slightly just to dominate. Important phase now, this third quarter.
Yeah, certainly for Banninger too. He's got to look behind him, see who's coming up behind, who's pushing. It's certainly Siegel from Austria who's pushing hard, but he's got to take a good close look as well beyond that. The Czech is always very fast finisher, Kakowski. He's got to look out for him. Remember, he was a silver medalist last year.
And Steve Tucker's also moving up on the inside on lane number 1. He's been right at the back of the pack, but he's made a little bit of progress now in this third 500. Just coming into the foreground now, this man who was born in Indianapolis, but these days lives in Massachusetts, and there's a strange preparation for these championships. He's been renovating a Victorian house.
Well, these are the 3 men here who are fighting it out now for the bronze medal. Kakowski on the far side from the Czech Republic. In the middle, the experienced quad sculler Siegel, and closest to us from the United States, Tucker. And they're just there on the tail of Banninger, and Kakowski is really beginning to move. It looks like he's emerging out of that little group to challenge the man from Switzerland as they come into the last 500 metres.
Well, this should be a fascinating quarter now. The only one who's not at the races, surprisingly in a way, is Pepin Ardwin, to see him so far away. But this is Nielsen. This is the man who's been in the lead right from the beginning. Perhaps a few strokes. It was the Austrian who led, but since the 500-metre mark, he's been totally in charge. Kakowski's got a lot to do if he wants to close on Carsten Nielsen. The angle that you can see there, very, very deceptive. At the moment, it's the Dane who's got a good advantage over this man from Switzerland, Michael Banninger, sticking to his task well, but he's got to be worried about Kakowski and indeed Steve Tucker of the United States. They're trying to close on him. But Carsten looking very good.
Yeah, he's sitting very low in his boat. Very good horizontal drive. Very typical of the way that the Danes row. Very little wasted there. He picks it up well at the front end, drives hard with the legs. Good horizontal drive. But Banninger is close to him, stuck very close to him. And there, in lane 1, United States, Rob Tucker fighting it out now for that bronze medal position. He's winding it up there. And Kakowski beyond him on the far side in lane 6. Beginning to push on as well. These two now fighting it out for the bronze medal. Tucker really winding it up. A lot of power there, bouncing his boat quite a lot. Throwing up quite a bit of water at the finish of the stroke, going a bit deep with his left scull, but he's moving well, he's moving powerfully.
A terrific finish. It wasn't very pretty, the sculling of the American, but will it be effective enough to put him into a medal position? At the moment, Carsten Nielsen almost at the line. The champion of 1996 is also the champion of 1997. The silver medal to Switzerland's Banninger, and the bronze goes to Kakowski, just getting there ahead of the American. But Carsten Nielsen never really, to be honest, Dan, in any real trouble.
Well, he had to work very hard because Banninger didn't let him go. And I thought there was a good scull from Banninger for Switzerland, and a great finish there from Kakowski, who had to come from quite a bit back just to get past there by a canvas or so in front of the United States.